Hi, everyone. Welcome to our virtual curriculum night. I'm Margot Isaman, and I teach math at Bothell High School. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. Here's my email up here, misaman@nsd.org. Please email me anytime you have questions and encourage your students to email me or message me through Schoology if they need help or have questions. I teach AP statistics and geometry this year. I taught the same last year. And I'm just thrilled to be in the classroom again live with the students. Prior to teaching here at Bothell, I taught at Roosevelt High School for 17 years. My own children go to school here in North Shore. So last year I transitioned over to North Shore. It was kind of a strange year to transition, but I'm glad I did. So, my kids and I have the same breaks and everything. So I'm happy to be at Bothell, happy to be in person, and we're having a lot of fun with students in the classroom again this year. I'll introduce myself a little bit more, talk about some calculators that students could get, the main websites we're using for resources, and how to get some extra help. So I grew up in Federal Way. I went to college at the University of Washington, and then I got my teaching certificate at Antioch, and I've been teaching ever since. I love it. I love being in the classroom. I've taught math every year. I've also taught biology for most of those years I was at Roosevelt High School, but it's kind of fun to be all math here in Bothell. I have 2 children and 1 husband. This is Carson. He is 12 this year and doing 7th grade at North Shore Middle. And this is Archer. He's 9 and he's at Arrowhead Elementary this year in 4th grade. They are having so much fun being back in school. We also have 2 dogs. Bella over here, we got her a few months before the pandemic started. And then we decided she needed a friend. So we got this little guy, Frank, back in August. So I think he's about 13 weeks right now, and it's fun but exhausting having a puppy again. So as far as geometry goes, your students are going to need a calculator. This one on the left is a great option. It will do everything we need it to do, and I love it because it shows everything the students type on the screen. So I can actually see maybe if they did a keystroke wrong or their order is wrong. So this is a great one, maybe $15 or so. Just make sure it has sine, cosine, and tangent keys because we need those trig functions. If your student doesn't lose stuff and is going to keep taking math for a few years, if you can invest in a graphing calculator like this one, that'll be great use to them in high school math and college as well. So mostly what we're doing right now is just arithmetic, but everyone's a little rusty. The calculator helps so they don't miss some of those calculating errors. And then, like I said, we'll need the trig functions in the spring. We're using these 3 websites mainly for our work. Schoology was new, I think, to students last year. This is where I post their class notes and their assignments, the textbook. There's a calendar in there they can look at. WAMAP is an electronic collection of math materials. So I'll talk about that. And then Parent View is where you can look for grades. So I do not grade in Schoology. I only post grades in Parent View or Student View. So that's where you want to look for that. I'm going to show you each one of these. This is what the geometry Schoology page looks like. So at the very top, they can click here to get to an electronic version of the book. If they forget the password for that, it's here in the syllabus. And then all of the daily notes and worksheets are posted in the current unit folder. So here are notes from this week and worksheets that go along with those. They should see a calendar on their page as well with what the upcoming assignment is. Okay, so this is a great place when students are absent or maybe just didn't catch all the notes that day. They can come back and look in Schoology. WAMAP is something we used a lot last year when we were virtual. I think we'll use it less this year, but we still use it a little bit. So they all have a login to wamap.org. They can go to their geometry class and then they click on this assignment What's great about WAMAP is it gives students instant feedback. So they know right away if they're doing something right or wrong, and they can retry those problems. Okay. So far we've only done one assignment in WAMAP, but there will be some more in the future. And then lastly, parent view and student view is where you want to look to check grades. I'm just starting to put grades in for them, and please, be patient with your students. It's been a big transition for everyone, teachers included, to be back in the building and organizing papers and grading papers and turning in homework. If you see missing assignments in MI, please encourage the students to turn in missing work, okay? For geometry, we collect their homework every block day, so Wednesday or Thursday in a big chunk. So if you see that they have a low score, they probably didn't turn everything in. So encourage them to figure out what they're missing and get that work in so they can get all that practice and earn all their homework points. For math help, the best time is obviously to ask in class. All the geometry classes that I teach are actually co-taught this year with Mr. DeGraff. And so they've got 2 adults in the room who can help answer questions. It's really the best way for them to get their work done and get any help with questions they have. If they're at home and they're stuck on something, they can always email me or message me through Schoology. And then, Khan Academy and even Google, you can find most of the stuff we teach online, and you can find pretty good lessons. So keep that in mind as well, but definitely reach out and have your students reach out. So that's it. I'm going to go back. If you have any questions or just want to reach out and ask about something in geometry, please feel free to email me. I don't currently have a phone in my room, but if you want to talk by phone, email me and then we can set up a phone call as well. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I love having your students, and I hope everyone has a successful year. Thank you.